Hey Steven, are you excited to go to the moon? You're the first one in Minecraft to go there. I never heard of anyone going to the moon.
How do you
What
guys
are
have
your
any
opinions?
opinion on going to the moon?
One at a time, please. I can't answer all of these questions. I'm gonna be going to the moon just for some research here, guys. So I just need you guys' support and just ask me questions one by one.
Is it true you're gonna take a dirty pig?
Yeah, about that. Give me a second. Oh, hey, Pork Chop. Hey, Pork Chop. Are you excited for this? We're gonna go to the moon.
Dave,
Are you ready?
You're taking forever, buddy. I want
I
to
know,
go.
Pork Chop, but I have to answer all these questions. Be right back, Pork Chop.
Are you gonna live at the moon? Bring me back a space gun.
Or really anything for him to shut up.
So we're gonna take the seeds and then we're gonna plant it over there at the moon. You guys get me?
Very
Yeah?
clever.
Yeah.
Dave, man, I want to go already. Come on.
Does anyone else here have any questions? I can answer pretty much anything. We have hours to spend. Anyone?
Do
yeah,
you
what's up?
have any food?
Yeah, of course. We have that.
Okay.
You know what? I'm tired of waiting. I'm out of here.
So like I said before, our mission is to plant a base. Wait, what? Pork Chop, no! Oh my! He left! I can't believe this! No! Pork Chop! Hey guys, what's up? So I'm gonna show you guys another cool mod today, and this mod is called the Galacticraft for Minecraft 1.5.2. This mod is a super cool mod that ranks up to my top 3 mods for Minecraft because it's really awesome. So anyways guys, here I am in the city of Gagaga. So I don't know the city of the same, I'm just gonna call it Gagaga. So anyways guys, here I'm going to be making my very own lab and showing you guys how to get yourself to the moon, because we're going to be going in a spaceship and we're going to be traveling towards the moon. This mod is super awesome. It not only works single player, but you could set up this mod for multiplayer, which I'm going to show you on the tutorial part, so you guys could be able to play with your friends even in multiplayer. That's super cool. I'm probably going to add this mod into Minecraft Daily because of all the crazy things it adds in. So here's my science lab. It's right down there, and we're going to be making a spaceship down there, and we're going to take it up here to the launch pad right here. We're going to place the launch pad right here, and then we're going to go to the moon, which that is the sun. The sky looks super weird, but if you guys want this world creation download for the Gagaga city, I don't know what to name it. You guys think of a really creative name, just post it in the comments. Anyways, if you guys want this world creation download, links in the description. You can download it and make your very own spaceship station right here. Anyways, let's talk about some of the features that this mod has. So you could travel throughout the solar system. That's pretty awesome. So far, there's only one dimension you could actually go to, which is the moon. In previous versions of this mod, you were able to go to Mars, Neptune, Venus, all that other crazy stuff. But in this version, all of the new versions, because it's a work in progress mod, they're remaking everything, you can only go to the moon as of in this version. Another feature is that you could create and customize your very own spaceship. It's not really a feature right now, but that's one of their planned features. That'll be really cool. You could be able to customize and make your very own spaceship and make it unique. You could also explore new planets and the moon. So there is no new planets right now. You can only explore the moon as of in this version. There is gonna be 11 new space dimensions. So far we only have the moon, so that's one of them. So sooner or later there's gonna be 10 more planets we're gonna be messing around with. So also there's some new mobs which I haven't really found yet, except for the alien testificates, which I'm gonna show you later on when we go through this video. And there's multiple language support, so if you're, have different language, you could just read everything. Yeah. Anyways, it's multiplayer supported. There is a lot of new items and blocks. There's dimensions. Another planned feature are dungeons. So imagine going out to space and fighting a lot of dungeons, getting a lot of treasure, coming back to the overworld and showing all of your animals and friends who's the boss around here, because you got some special swords out in other planets. That's super cool. Anyways, how about we read these steps over here, because I've set up steps in order for us to go to space. Step 1, let's make ourselves a NASA workbench. So in order to make one of those, we're going to come over here, which I already have myself a NASA workbench. And another thing I'm going to tell you guys before I start actually reviewing and showing off everything that this mod has to offer, I'm only going to review a certain portion of this mod. I don't really know all of the blocks, features, all of the functions of this mod, and it's still work in progress mod. There's a lot of blocks that are kind of buggy right now. So that pretty much means I'm going to be reviewing this mod in creative mode so I could show you guys the recipes with not enough items. I was messing around with this mod for at least hours, so I'm going to try to show you guys everything that you guys need to know to start off, go into space, and go to the moon and try to survive. So anyways, what we're going to do is make ourselves this right here, a NASA workbench, and in order to make one of those, you're going to need the following items. You're gonna need some steel ingots, some steel plates, an advanced circuit, and also a crafting table in the middle. In order to get these right here, the steel ingots, you have to go out and explore new ores. There are some new ores. Well, I'm going to show you guys these right here. So there's some copper ore, tin ore, and cheese ore. But wait a minute, where's the steel ore? Because you need steel over there. Well, in order to make steel ore, you have to make yourself some certain dust. It's called steel dust. And in order to make steel dust, it's right here. So you guys could check this out. How about we check out the crafting recipe for this? The crafting recipe for the steel dust is coal and an iron ingot. You place in the crafting recipe, you get steel dust. After that, you smelt it and you should get a steel ingot. So that's how you get steel ingots. You place 4 of these in order to make these steel plates. So this is how to make a steel plate. You place 4 steel ingots, get yourself a steel plate, and you're good to go. After you get the steel plates, you're gonna make yourself one of these advanced circuits. In order to make one of these, it's kind of advanced. It's gonna take a while because you have to need to get yourself a diamond, some redstone, and basic circuits. After you got the basic circuits, in order to craft that, you need some copper wire, redstone, bronze plate, or you could actually use a steel plate if you really want to. Now here's a copper wire. In order to make a copper wire, you need copper ingots and any type of colored wool, and that's how you make yourself a copper wire. Get 6 of them after you craft it like this once. So copper, you could get that from the ore, and these ores generate all around the overworld except for the cheese ore. Those don't really generate anywhere except for the moon. I believe it's in the moon because you know the myth about cheese in the moon and stuff like that. Anyways, the copper ores, I have found evidence and some of them around this town, so that's pretty awesome. You can find those around the world. You smelt those and you get the ingot itself. You're gonna need a lot of these copper ores and you're gonna need a lot of tin ores. So after you got all of the basic materials and you craft yourself one of these right here, a NASA workbench, you can right click this workbench and you'll see right here a little new crafting grid to make yourself a rocket. So you can make 2 different type of rockets right now. You can make a basic rocket and a rocket with a chest. And also, there's another thing right here, a next button. If you click on that, you're able to unlock a new schematic for something else, which I'm going to show you guys later on in this video. I'm going to show you guys what else you can make in this mod, which is pretty awesome. You can make a buggy, so I'm going to show you that very soon. But how about we make ourselves a spaceship with the NASA workbench? So I'm going to open up this chest, and this is everything you need in order to make a spaceship. You need a tier 1 rocket engine, a rocket fins, a nose cone, and also some heavy duty plating. And to make a different type of rocket, you could place a chest, which will make a storage type rocket. So how about we go over here and make one of the rockets. So in order to craft the parts for the ship, what we need for the rocket fins, we need ourselves some steel plates, which I showed you guys. You just make those with these right here, the steel ingots. And then you make yourself some heavy duty plating, which kind of takes a good amount of your material away. So in order to make heavy duty plating, what you need is some iron plates, some steel plates, and bronze plate. So wait a minute, where's the bronze ore? There is no bronze ore. So in order to make bronze dust, you need, let's check this out. Here's some bronze dust. And once you get bronze dust, you place it into a furnace and you should be able to make yourself some bronze ingots. So for bronze dust, you get some tin ingots, you put some copper ingots and another copper ingot, you place them side by side, you scramble them up together, and you make yourself bronze dust. So these right here, steel ingots and bronze ingots, they are not actual ores. You have to craft these using these ores right here, copper and tin. So you just craft those and you'll be good to go. So that's how to make yourself some of these right here, these rocket fins. Now you need to make yourself a rocket engine. In order to make one of those rocket engines, you need flint and steel, more of those heavy duty platings, some tin canisters, you need some oxygen vents, and a button. And once you have all that set, you're good to go. Let's see how to craft ourselves some of these tin canisters. You just need some tin. You just place it like this, just a big U. So you have to go out mining, get a lot of tin. I mean, you have to get a ton of this tin. You have to get a lot of these ores. So once you have done that, in order to make these right here, the oxygen vents, all you need is just a steel ingot and some more of these tin, and that's how you make yourself an oxygen vent. So once we have ourselves the engine, now we can make ourselves the cone. The cone's very simple to make. You need some heavy duty plating, more of those, and you place a redstone torch in the very top and you're good to go. Now the last thing is heavy duty plates, which I already showed you guys. You just need iron plates, steel plates, and bronze plates, and you get 2 of those every time you craft it like so. So anyways, once you have all of these things, how about we make our very first spaceship? So what I'm going to do is right click this thing, and here's the tier 1 rocket. What we're going to do is place the cone in the very top. You grab these heavy duty platings and you place them like so, just like that. And then you get some rocket fins, you place them side by side, and then you place the engine. And there you go, the tier 1 rocket itself. So wait a second. What else could you make? You could make a tier 1 rocket, but with a chest. You place a chest up here, and there you go. You could have a storage space up to 27, so you could place anything you like in there. So just in case you want to take more materials and items, which I recommend because you're going to be living out in the moon until you could get back, but I would recommend to place a lot of, storage stuff that you really need, like seeds and saplings. I'm gonna show you guys what you guys need when we go out to space right now, but let's just make ourselves the tier 1 rocket with the extra storage space. So I'm gonna grab that, place that into my inventory, and we're good to go. Let me press F5 and show you guys how I look when I hold it. So this right here is the rocket, and I'm holding it, and it's pretty amazing. I really like how I hold it. It's really funny in multiplayer because I was playing with Remix 10 Tails, and he was holding it, and I was just laughing. So now that we have made ourselves the tier 1 rocket, let's see step 2. So step 2 is to build our rocket. We've already done that. Step 3, we have to gear up. And then step 4, we get fuel and oxygen. And then after that, we take off. So then we're going to go to the moon. So how about we gear up? I'm going to go down one more floor because right here I set up everything we need to gear up. Alright, so I'm going to open up this chest. You need some oxygen tanks. In order to craft these oxygen tanks, you just need more of those tin canisters. You need copper ingots and a lime wool. And these are the these are the oxygen tanks, and there's no air inside them. We have to place air inside them, which we're going to do right now. So I'm going to grab those. Then you're going to need yourself an oxygen mask because how are you going to be breathing in the moon? So let's see how to craft this. All you need is an iron helmet, and you surround it with glass panes, and you'll be good to go. Next thing is the oxygen gear. You need that with the oxygen pipes. You're gonna need about 5 of those oxygen pipes, and then in the center you're gonna place yourself an oxygen concentrator. And how to make one of those, you need yourself a tin canister, more tin ingots, steel ingots, and a oxygen vent, and that's it. You make yourself an oxygen concentrator, and that's your helmet right there. And in order to make some of those oxygen pipes, in order to craft those, you just need glass panes, and you place it like so. So there's a lot of crafting in this mod, so I know it's very tedious. That's why I would recommend to install not enough items or even craft guide, so it will help you out because it's really hard understanding all of these crafting recipes by heart. So after we got that, now we have to make ourselves a parachute, and there's many different colors. You could have a white parachute, black, pink, purple, all those different colors. So I got myself the blue one, and in order to make one of these, you need the parachute just plain white, and you color it with lapis azul. In order to make these parachutes, you need some canvas and some strings. In order to make a canvas, you need more strings and some sticks. So there you go. Now we have ourselves the parachute. Now I'm gonna grab myself a flag. I'm gonna put down a flag when we go to the moon. And in order to make a flag, you just need a basic white flag and just color it to your liking. And to make a basic flag, you need some flag poles and some canvas. To make a flag pole, you need all steel. In order to make 2. So yeah, there's so many different color flags you can see right here. You could also have yourself an American flag, and these are all the flags, different colors. So anyways, let's grab that. We need some oxygen pipes and some copper wire. So in order to make some copper wire, I've already showed you guys, you just need any type of colored wool, and you place the copper ingots in the center, and there we go. So let's grab those, and let's grab all of these basic materials. Trust me, you're gonna need some pickaxe, some hoe, you're gonna need all of this great stuff, especially bone meal, saplings, and seeds, because you're gonna be feeding yourself up there, and you don't want to like end up dying or, you know, starving to death. So anyways, let's grab some buckets and some coal. Let's grab all of these, and I would recommend to bring some water buckets as well. And let's just grab all of these basic tools. So once we have everything that we need, especially coal, guys. Now, coal is probably the #1 thing you're gonna need when you're at the moon, because first off, there is no coal ore anywhere around there. You're only gonna find copper ore and tin ore around the moon. So once we have all of these, how about we come over here and talk about some of the blocks that this mod adds in. So I'm gonna just throw these up here. All right, so I'm gonna go open up this chest. And all of these blocks down here, all of these 5 blocks, I don't really understand what they do quite yet. I'm not sure if they're a work in progress block, but they are quite confusing. I know that the oxygen sealer, I think it seals oxygen inside it, so it's like a backup. Though I'm not entirely sure, that's why I'm not going to review these type of blocks. And the airlock frame, I don't know what that does. Or even the sealable copper wire and the sealable oxygen pipes. I don't know what any of these do. And then also this one over here, the oxygen detector. I think it's supposed to detect oxygen, but I've already tried it with like redstone wiring. I've also like connected it with like wiring and all that stuff, and nothing works. I don't know how the oxygen detector works. I'm not sure if it's a work in progress, though these blocks don't really have any information in the forum post, so I'm just gonna ignore these blocks. But the blocks I do know are all of these, except for this chest. I'm not sure why this is here. Anyways, the oxygen bubble distributor, we're gonna mess with all of this when we're in the moon. I'm gonna show you guys how to work with all of these. So we're gonna set up power, batteries, fuel, and all that great stuff very soon. So let's just leave these blocks till we go to the moon. So now how about we come over here and get some oxygen for our oxygen tanks, because you notice they're down to 0. We can't really, you know, have no air when we go out to the moon. And also we're gonna get some fuel for our spaceship, because we have crafted the spaceship, though we don't have any fuel for it. So inside this house right here, I've just set up a little pool full of oil, and oil could be found in the overworld underneath underneath like 30 blocks, I believe that's what it is, or 20 blocks, somewhere around there. I'm gonna put a little like text on the screen. If it's 20 blocks or 30 blocks, any one of those, you can find that underground. And once you find oil, make sure to gather it up because it's really useful. Inside this chest right here are empty canisters, which we're going to be using in order to, you know, grab all that oil. So here's some canisters. I'm going to place those into my inventory. And right here is the portable oil extractor. In order to craft that, you just need more steel, you need some bronze and some redstone. And there you go. That's how to make yourself a portable oil extractor. And once you have this, let's place that here. In order to make the empty liquid canister, you just need a tin canister, glass, and some tin and some steel, and there you go. And that's how to make one of those. And once you are ready, grab this. I'm gonna go into survival mode, and wait, I was already in survival mode. There we have it. So I'm gonna go into survival mode and I'm gonna just start sucking all this up. You might notice when you're using the extractor that the texture keeps on updating. It's blinking green and red, so that means it's sucking up the oil. Let's just grab all of these, and right when you're sucking up all of this oil, you'll notice that the canister is beginning to fill up. You're gonna need about 2 of these canisters, or 3, in order to fuel up your rocket ship to go to the moon. So there's no more left here, so I have to go out and travel and find some more. So I'm gonna spawn some in just to make it a lot more quicker. But what you need to do now is, once you got yourself some of these canisters filled with oil, you have to make sure that the oil transforms into fuel. So you have to refine it. So we're gonna go into this special block right here. This is the refinery. Let's go into this. And in order to make the refinery, let's check this out. You're gonna need some copper canisters, you need some stone, some furnace, steel, and to make some copper canisters, you're gonna need some copper ingots. So yeah, this is how to make the refinery. It's powered by an infinite battery, which you could only get in creative mode, but I'm gonna show you guys how to make batteries and how to fill up batteries later on in this review. So how about we grab this right here, the filled oil, place it inside here, and you'll notice immediately the texture updates right here. We have a little bit of oil. We're gonna click refine, and now it's gonna be transferring the oil into fuel, which is gonna be this side right here. So we're gonna let this run, and while this is running, we're gonna come back over here and get some oxygen. So in order to get some oxygen for your gear, we're gonna go into this place right here, and this right here is an oxygen collector, and this right here is like the oxygen compressor. I believe it's, yeah, there it is, the oxygen compressor. So we're going to be compressing the oxygen from the overworld, which there's oxygen all over the place, and that's why you could see the particles gathering everything. It's gathering up all of the oxygen. So what we're going to do is right click this so you could see the out of how much oxygen we have. We have a lot of oxygen inside here. It's powered by an infinite battery, though you can't really spawn this in legit. If you're playing, you know, legit and you're not spawning in anything, you have to make yourself regular batteries, which die off very soon. But I could show you guys how to recharge these batteries and use them over and over. So here's the oxygen collector, and it's running off this battery, the kilowatts and volts and stuff like that. Anyways, let's go over here to the compressor, and you'll notice it's also powered by an infinite battery. And what we're gonna do is place in one of our tanks inside here, and you'll notice immediately it's sucking up all of the air from over here, the oxygen collector, and it's gonna use that air and transfer it over to the oxygen tank. If you look at the oxygen tank, it is gaining oxygen. It's getting more air. You'll notice it's going up by numbers, 31, 32, 30, all that stuff. It's going to go up to about 90, and once it's at 90, you're ready to go. There's also different oxygen tanks. There's a medium oxygen tank, and there's also the large ones, the heavy ones. I would recommend to make the heavy ones because the small ones run out very quickly, but if you want yourself a challenge, then make yourself the light oxygen tanks. So in order to make these heavy oxygen tanks, let's see how to make those. You need more of these tin canisters, some steel, and some red wool, which I recommend to make because these things don't die off very quickly, but they do take up a lot of air to actually make. Anyways, here's our first oxygen tank. It's at 75. Let's grab that and place in another one right here. And this one's going to be filling up. Let's check back at our oil, which is over here. And if I was playing legit, which I'm going to be doing in Minecraft daily, it's gonna be really fun. We're gonna grab this empty liquid canister, place it back over here, and it should be able to fill itself up. Somehow it disappeared. I think that's like a little bug. But what we should have gotten was one of these right here. We should have got these filled fuel canisters, but it would have had like a little bit of fuel. So I'm just gonna spawn these in because we don't really have much time to be like waiting for oil to be spawning. So I'm gonna throw these empty canisters away. And just picture that I just got some oil all around the world and just refined it all. And these are all fuel for the spaceship. So let's check back over here, get some oxygen. And once we got the oxygen, we're probably ready to go. So now this is ready. It's a full tank. I have 2 full tanks, which is 90 each. And now we are ready to go to the moon. and live out there, which is gonna be super cool. So let's go over here, let's go at the very top and start making our spaceship because we have everything we need. We have the fuel, the oxygen, and all that great stuff. So how about I put on the gear? You have to be in survival mode to put on the gear. You need the oxygen gear right here. You need the oxygen mask right here. And if this GUI does not open up naturally, then press R. It should be able to open up by default R, or you could just open up your inventory key and it should show up like that. We're going to place our oxygen tanks, and you might notice if you press F5, you will see the gear on your character, which is amazing. I have the oxygen tank on me. You could also place armor to your liking, but you're probably not going to be fighting anything out there. So anyways, how about we make the actual little stand for it? We're going to make the launch pad right now. So in order to make these rocket launch pads, all you need is some iron blocks, block of iron, and more of these iron plates. You make those by crafting iron ingots. You place it by 4 and you can make these iron plates. So if you craft it once, you get 9, which is all you need. So here's the 9. I'm gonna go up here, so let's get up here, and in order to make the launch pad, you place some 9 just like this. You see 9 just like that, and place one in the middle, and there you go. This is the launch pad right here. What you do is grab the rocket. Look at this, I'm holding the rocket. You grab the rocket and place it into the center. So here's the rocket that we made with our extra storage. It's gonna be placed on there, and look how awesome it looks. So now that we have made ourselves a spaceship, how about we fuel it up with the oil that we have? So if you guys remember, we went to this house over here, got some oil, we refined it into fuel. Now we have to get a fuel loader, place it right next to the spaceship, add in our fuel, which is right here, and it should be able to fuel it up, because you can't just go in there, right click, and just place in the fuel yourself. You have to do it a special way. So inside this chest right here is the fuel loader, and in order to make a fuel loader, you just need some steel ingots, you need a motor and a basic circuit. In order to make yourself a motor, you just let's check this out. You need some copper wire, because copper wire is pretty much used for everything. You need some steel ingots and an iron ingot into the center, and that's how you make yourself a motor. And once you have that, let's grab that. I'm also gonna get myself an infinite battery, because I'm gonna show you guys how to make, power source when we get to the moon. Right now I'm just gonna be cheating in and spawning in infinite batteries, which I shouldn't be doing, but we're gonna be messing with electricity and all that power when we go to the moon. So I'm gonna place down a fuel loader right here, and it should automatically make a little bunker right there, a little box. So this right here is gonna be fueling up the rocket. So what we're gonna do is just right click this, we're gonna place in the battery, which is infinite, and now we're gonna place in fuel right over here. So I'm gonna grab one fuel, place it right there. I'm gonna grab another one, place it again, and you should notice that the texture keeps on updating. I'm gonna grab another one, place it in, and there we go. This is all of the fuel, and you probably need about right here, the fourth tick. You probably need up to there to get yourself a pretty decent rocket. So we're gonna click load fuel, and it's gonna say active. So once that's happening, how about we go back into our inventory, and don't forget to place down a parachute right here at the very corner. You have to place down a parachute right there, because if you're gonna go to the moon or coming back, you're probably gonna die if you don't have yourself a parachute. It's gonna warn you that you don't have a parachute on you. So how about we wait a second? You'll notice that the fuel is taking effect. Look at this, you can see smoke. That's so cool. Okay, all right, so what we're gonna do is right click on this, and we're good to go. Check this out. I'm on the rocket. This is super cool. All right, there's something up there. I'm not sure if I'm gonna hit it and crash onto it. I didn't really check that, but there is something up there. Anyways, check this out, guys. So if you guys press your letter T for chat, you can see this stuff. You press space to launch. You could press, you can move your actual spaceship while you're flying up and descending and stuff like that, and ascending, I mean. You can move the spaceship, and you could also press F to check the inventory and fuel. So if I press F, you notice right here is storage, because we did make a storage spaceship. So we could place our storage inside here if we really want to. And check out the fuel. It's slowly loading up. Right now, it's like 50-50 if I can make it to, the moon and back. So you have to wait till this hits about 80%. And right after it hits 80%, we're good to go. So now how about we head off to the moon? 93% seems to be good. You just press space once, and then it's gonna be loading. Oh no! 16, 15, 14. We're going to the moon, guys! We're going to the moon! Pork chop! We're going to the moon!
At the moon. I don't care, buddy.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff! We have liftoff! Whoa! No, don't hit it, don't hit it! Yeah! I dodged it. Look at all this particles.
Good job, buddy.
We're going to the moon, guys, and we're gonna live there forever. Oh man, we're going. Look at the corner of the screen. You could see myself going up to space. We are gonna break through the ozone layer. We're gonna break through everything, and we're gonna go straight to the moon. We're gonna see the stars and everything beautiful. Oh, there we go. We're still going up. So this process is gonna probably take a while, but I do love the particles. Look at that. I just love the particles. Anyways, guys, we have everything that we need. So now we're just gonna go straight to the moon. And another cool thing is you could also make yourself a space station, which is kind of buggy because I've already crashed before. So as you keep on going straight to space, the noise keeps on going lower and lower, since there is literally like no noise when you go out to space. There shouldn't be any. So after a while, then this GUI is going to open up, and with this GUI, you're able to travel back to the overworld and go back to the moon. And in previous versions, you're able to go to Mars, Neptune, and all that other stuff, but right now in this version, we don't really have that option. Right here at the very top right is a little map. You click on that and you could check out the map. This is pretty awesome. You can use your WASD keys to move around. You could zoom up with your scroller, and right here's the moon, so you could click on there and it shows that no one's on there right now. If we go here to the overworld, that is the overworld that just, you know, orbits around the sun. So once you're ready, let's just press escape. Click here on moon and you could check out the specs. It is habitable, so we can live there. There is no oxygen, we have to do that ourselves, and there is gravity. Well, there's like lower gravity than, you know, overworld. So anyway, let's go to the moon and click send to dimension, and right away we should be falling in our little cruiser. Oh no, we have to hold space. We have to hold space because we could crash. Oh no, there we go. All right, man. That was crazy. Our velocity has to go a little bit lower because we're going really fast. So anyways, you guys could barely see the moon. It's really dark, but once you get closer, it should be able to load the chunks. So check this out. I like this. And look, if we look up in the sky, we could see Earth, we could see the sun, we could see a ton of stars. This is awesome. So what's underneath us? Where? Oh, there it is, the moon. Oh, we have reached the moon, guys. Look at this place. It's beautiful. You can't really cruise this thing around. You could barely move it around. Like, you can't really fly with it. There we go, I landed. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is just right click to get out. Oh, I got out. Like, really cool. I got out from that little hole right there. That's super cool. So what I'm gonna do is right click this machine. It acts just like a chest. And when you right click this, you'll have your fuel back, you'll have another launch pad, and you'll get another one of your tier rockets. So just in case you want to go back to the overworld, you won't be stuck here, but just in case you don't have enough fuel, you're probably gonna be stranded here in the moon. So here we are, the moon. Check this out. If you notice, the top right corner has my oxygen tanks right there, side by side. So those are my oxygen tanks. If those go really low, I'm gonna start to die and take some damage. You could suffocate here. So anyways, if you notice, if I walk, footprints are left behind. That is so cool. And those things, those footprints, they stay there for a while. So you could be traveling, exploring, because there's a lot of cool stuff you could find in the moon. Well, actually, there's only one cool thing you could find in the moon, which is like testificates. Anyways, here we are just walking around. If you run and jump, here we go. Look at this animation. It's awesome. I like this. We're just exploring the moon. So I'm gonna forget all about that thing over there. We're not gonna come back over here. Once you get yourself the rocket and the launch pads back, then you could just leave that thing. You don't have to worry about that anymore because that's not gonna do really anything. So how about we just travel around till we find a testificate village? Because yes, guys, there is a testificate village, and you might notice there's chunk errors and there seems to be cave systems in this dimension. So I'm just gonna fast forward the video till I find myself one of these villages. Okay, it looks like I have found myself one of these villages. Sweet. So I like to set up my air supply and all that great stuff over here because next to the villages, because they have crops and, you know, saplings and all that stuff. I didn't bring dirt. I know that you could place down dirt, but I like to come over here and just take their crops away because it's just like a normal Minecraft village. You just go there, you could grief them, it's really funny. And there's also wooden planks and pretty interesting things over here. So how about we go inside one of these houses to show you guys how they look. You might see yourself a testificate and they look really funny. So here we go. There's one right there. Oh my gosh, look how scary they look. They don't attack you, but look at that. If you right click, they don't do anything. If you punch them, they don't really do anything. They just float around and they have a really big head. Okay, so here's a torch, which is pretty burnt out. You can't really, you know, have fire in the moon because there's no air or any of that stuff. Anyways, how about we come over here and check on their crops. Look at this, planks right here. Crops, sweet. So right here, I like to set up my little air supply station because it's right next to water, it's right next to dirt, and this is automatically generated. Look, there's another village over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up shop right here. So I'm going to go into creative mode, and it's best to take stuff with you before you come over here. What you really need is an oxygen bubble distributor. So let's grab that, place that right here. Now this isn't powered yet. We're not going to be messing around with infinite batteries anymore. We're going to do this the old fashioned way and use coal to power things up. So you have to get yourself a coal, which is right here, a coal generator. So grab this coal generator, place it right here. Open that up and place some coal in there. So with coal, it's going to be powering up things. So let's break that, grab some copper wire, and we're going to place the output right here. So let's grab this copper wire and connect it straight to this output right there. So you could use a wrench, which I don't have with me. So let's grab ourselves a wrench, which is right here. We're going to grab this and right click with the box to rotate it. There we go. So a wrench is really handy. So if you want to rotate things, and just in case you don't want to break it all over again, you could just right click with the wrench and it'll just rotate the block. So there we go. We're going to connect this to this output right there, the blue. All right. So this right here is the oxygen distributor. Well, now we don't have any oxygen yet. So that's why we grab ourselves some bone meal right here and grow these plants. So I'm going to grow this one. Whoa, that was really awesome. I'm going to grow this one. I'm going to grow this one because the more trees you have, the more oxygen you could have in space. Somehow you could have oxygen just by growing trees. It makes perfect sense because, you know, Minecraft science, it's done. All right, so there we go. So let's check this out. We're going to have to grab ourselves an oxygen collector, which is right here. Let's grab this, place it right here, and grab another wire. And you'll notice that right away it's sucking up oxygen. If you would happen to place down this oxygen collector far away from these trees, it's not going to be, you know, obtaining any oxygen. So you have to make sure you place it next to trees. See this? There's no oxygen, so it's not grabbing anything. You don't see any particle effects. So over here, since there's trees, it's going to be getting all of the oxygen it can. All right, so now that we have oxygen right here, we're going to place another copper wire to power it up. And now you'll notice that it does have some watts right here, and it does have some oxygen right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab some of these oxygen pipes, and we're going to be placing them right here. Hold shift, right click, and there you go. You have set up the oxygen pipe. You have to connect this to the distributor right here. And we're going to place this here, place that there, here, and there we go. Let's just grab these, place that right there, here. There we go. So now this thing is going to be powering up very soon. So now that we have the power running, we have the oxygen, we have this thing over here. You're going to notice that right away, after enough power, it's going to be making a sphere. Look at this. This is awesome. So inside this sphere is air, and you could breathe. I could take off these right here, these air tanks, and check this out. I am now walking around, and I'm not going to die. But if I happen to leave this sphere, I'm going to take damage, and you're going to get this warning, but it looks kind of buggy right now. But normally it's going to fix itself. It's going to say warning, you don't have any air. But if you go back into this bubble, then you're good to go. So there you go. That's pretty much everything that you need. You need this bubble machine, you need the actual oxygen collector, and the coal generator. Now another fancy thing you could do with this coal generator, since it's, you know, emitting electricity, what you could do is set up another path over here. And you can also have yourself an electric furnace. So here it is. I think it's right. Where is it at? I believe I passed it. Here it is. The battery box, the coal generator, and the electric furnace. All right, so we're going to place this down right here. And it will automatically connect itself. So after enough watts and power, you could be able to cook your meat. So if you happen to bring meat from the overworld, you could cook it with an electric furnace. So the reason why I told you guys to bring tools is because inside this bubble, we could actually plant seeds. So here we go. We're going to plant some seeds, and after a while, they'll start to grow, and you could have a lot of bread. So that's how you could be living off the moon, off of bread if you really want to. And the more trees you have, the more air you're going to be getting. If you happen to break these leaves, you might notice the percentage of this will go down by a lot. So if I happen to break all of these trees, there's not going to be any more air left. And leaves do play a big role as well. They will reduce the percentage how much air is getting out of this machine. So how about we grab another one of these oxygen collectors, because if you have more, then you'll have a bigger bubble. So here's another oxygen collector. We're going to place this right about here. And you'll notice it automatically connected itself if we happen to rotate it right there. All right. So we're going to rotate it, place this again, and now it's going to be collecting more air. It's at 100%. This one over here is at 100%. And if you look, the bubble's getting bigger. Let me zoom up a little bit so you guys could see that it kind of got bigger. These certificates are spying on me. They're really scared of what I'm doing. I'm just making air bubbles, man. So another thing I'm gonna do is place down my flag because I'm gonna claim this village as my own. Oh no, I'm taking damage. Oh, I have to get back into the bubble. Or actually, I could just hook up my air supply again. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna place down the flag.
This is one step for man, and this is one giant leap for Steven.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, there we have it. There is the flag. It automatically placed my face on there. You could have different flags. There's also an American flag. So if I hold right click and just place it down, then there you go. You can have yourself different flags. And let's just get back into this bubble, and let's begin making more stuff. We're gonna make an oxygen compressor. So if you happen to use an oxygen compressor, even inside the bubble, you're gonna lose some of your bubble. Watch, let me just show you guys an example. So I'm gonna connect the output of the wire right there. So let's place this right there. And then with this, we have to make another output for the air. So let's grab some oxygen pipes, place that right there. And let's just connect this to the wiring. So let's place that, and there we go. So if you notice, the bubble is getting smaller. You see that? Look at that, the bubble is actually getting smaller. It's slowly getting smaller because this right here is collecting all of the air, and it's gonna be used to refill your tanks. So if you happen to die or don't have any more air left, you could just place that here, and immediately it's gonna start activating and you'll have air inside your tanks again. So there we go, I'm just gonna grab that, place it back on me, and that's how you get yourself more air. You have to make yourself another one of those oxygen. So this right here is like a basic setup. You just have 2 oxygen suppliers if you really want to. Now I noticed that my wheat is growing and it's actually growing really fast. So how about we make ourselves a battery box, because we're gonna be needing batteries just in case something would ever happen. We could use batteries instead of this right here. Instead of this coal generator using fuel, we could just make a battery box and charge it. So what I'm gonna do is spawn in a battery box, which should be right here. So with this battery box, I'm gonna place it down, and you'll notice that right away the red output of the box is now connected to the wiring. You have to make sure it's connected. See, if this right here, this red box is not connected, it's not gonna work. You might get confused with the other side, the black section. You might get confused. You have to make sure that this red section is facing towards the wire, so it's connected like that. So now what we're gonna do is open this up, and it's already gonna be charging watts. And slowly, this battery box is gonna be fully charged. And once you apply a battery, any electricity that's inside this battery box is gonna apply on the battery. So in order to make a battery, because they're really useful, let me press R and show you guys. You guys need some tin ingots. You place some redstone and some coal, and that's how you make yourself a dead battery. So with these dead batteries, you just place it right in there, and you'll slowly see that it's charging up, and it could hold up to 1,000 kilowatts. Oh, that's awesome. So let's just keep it like that. And once we're ready, then we could just take this battery, and just in case you don't have any coal generators, you could actually power this up right here. So since I'm using so much electricity from this one coal generator, all of my machines are starting to slow down. If you notice, my bubble is gone. It literally disappeared because this right here, the bubble distributor, doesn't have enough electricity to make the bubble anymore. This coal generator is now focusing on the battery box, the oxygen suppliers, this compressor, which I just disconnected right now, but it's focusing too much on so many things. So what you could do is with a charged battery, you see this battery right here, we could place this battery straight into here and power it up. And then sooner or later, so adding in that battery should be able to work, so just give it some time and eventually you're gonna have yourself a bubble again. So this right here is just a basic setup. That's how to make yourself a little space station. You're not really making a space station, you're just making a little place for you to live. So anyways, how about we go back to the overworld, because if you notice, right here we have ourselves a, what is it called? A buggy. So in order to make yourself a buggy, you need yourself a workbench, another one of these NASA workbench. But for some reason, if you would happen to right click this NASA workbench while in space, while in a server, you're gonna crash. So if I right click this, I just crashed. So it does not work. So it does look like we have to go back to the overworld. I did crash. So how about we come over here and just make ourselves another launch pad. And another thing you might notice is if you throw an entity in the air, it just goes flying. That's so cool, look at that. All right. So let's place down another launch pad right about here. You just place it like this, grab another rocket, place it in there, And if you're in creative mode, you could just spawn in a, pre-fueled rocket if you really want to. But I just like the challenge of making another loader and making all that stuff. So here's a fuel loader. We're gonna place that right here. Right click that, place in our fuel. It's gonna automatically load. And that's all the fuel I have for today. And if I have myself a battery, which I should have been charging over there in our base, I could have just used one of my batteries, but I didn't really charge a battery. So I'm gonna go in here and just place in a charged battery. And there we have it. So let's just load that fuel. What you could do is you could have another coal generator. Let's see, here's a coal generator, right? So what you could do, instead of just putting in a battery, what you could do is just place down a coal generator and just set up the wires again, just like that. And it has to be rotating on this side. So how about we just place it like that? There we go. So you could just have another coal generator right there, powering up the loader, without having batteries. If you don't, if you really want to, if you don't want to make batteries. But once that's set up, let's go into this rocket, press F for fuel, and see how much we have. So far it's 35% complete, but I'm gonna make this a lot faster. I'm just gonna spawn in a pre-fueled rocket, break this, which should be able to break real quick. Oh, there we go. All right, so here's a pre-fueled rocket. We're just gonna start off and go back to the overworld and make ourselves a buggy, which is kind of challenging because you need the schematics and all that stuff. So let's just go back and check out the overworld again. We're gonna go land again. Let's go. Make sure you have yourself a parachute because you're gonna be parachuting down from the moon, which is pretty intense. But just make sure you have a parachute. Let's go back to the overworld. I can see my house from here. So it looks like we're back in this GUI, and remember guys, you can make yourself a space station. If you hover over this little button, you'll see that you need yourself about 24 iron ingots, a little bit of tin ingots, about 32 of those, and some steel ingots, and you can make yourself a space station. But if you click there, you're probably gonna crash because I crashed. I'm not sure why I crashed, but it's still a work in progress mod. I'm pretty sure in the space station, you're going to be researching more planets, and eventually you're going to be able to travel to different planets. It's a work in progress mod. I think that's what the idea is for the space station. That would be so cool, researching while you're in your very own space station. So yeah, let's go back to the overworld, and immediately you're going to be falling. But wait a second, my parachute's here. Yeah, that's awesome. It's gonna automatically set itself a parachute, and you'll notice that your little chest right there, you have a chest that's parachuting down as well. That's awesome. So eventually you're gonna fall down to an ocean. Oh man, why did I land here of all places? So here we are. Let's check this out. There's really no land around us. You might be wondering what was inside that chest that was falling with me. It literally placed itself right in the center of the ocean. There's some land over there. So inside this chest, you open that up and you have some more fuel, you have your launch pads and your rocket again. So I'm gonna grab these and just use them because we're gonna go back to the moon with my buggy, which we're gonna make right now. But in order to make a buggy, you're gonna need these schematics right here. But I don't know where to obtain these moon buggy schematics. You can't craft these schematics. I'm not sure where you're supposed to get them from. But with these schematics, you could use it with the NASA workbench and you could unlock a new crafting grid. So let's just spawn in another NASA. There we go. Let's place that there. Right click again. And let's just put that there. Right click. And I got another. Oh, I crashed again. I can't use. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it seems that the mod is kind of buggy right now. I was supposed to place down the schematic inside there, but apparently when I right click with the NASA machine, it crashes me. But no problem. What we're gonna do is just spawn in a buggy. There's different type of buggies. There's the storage ones and there's like multiple storage ones. There's ones with 18 slots. There's one with 54 slots of storage. So you just right click this and you could use this in the moon, but you have to fuel it up. This requires a special station. Oh, check this out. Look at this. There's some sort of new enemies. Let's go into creative mode. If you happen to find some creepers in the moon, then they're gonna have themselves special, like, gear. So let's just grab all of the monsters. Let's place down a zombie. Oh, I didn't really place down. Hold on, give me a second. All right, so here it is, a zombie, and there's a really weird bug with Minecraft right now. It just don't look at that. That's weird. So we're gonna place down another alien villager. We're gonna place down a evolved skeleton. Look at this. It's dual wielding. That's crazy. And a creeper. Look at that. They have their own oxygen supplies. These guys are smart. Okay, so this right here, this buggy requires another separate station. And here's the station right here. This is the buggy fuel pad. And you need about 9 of those. And you're supposed to place the buggy right in the center, just like how you do with a rocket. So before you place down a buggy, just make sure you place the station first. There we go. And you place the buggy right here in the center. And you put another fuel loader and you place some fuel and it should be able to fuel up the buggy, and you could be riding this around. That's awesome. Anyways guys, that is basically it about this mod. It's a pretty big mod. I only reviewed about like some of the basic features. I couldn't review all of the advanced stuff. The advanced stuff is like the schematics and how to craft the buggy and stuff like that. You can figure that out when you install the mod. Check out the forum post. There are some crafting recipes. I would recommend to install not enough items so you guys could see the crafting recipes for yourself. And yeah. And also look at this, a block of cheese. What do you know? I missed this. Awesome. So you can find a lot of these cheese chunks right here, and you could craft a cake or, you know, a little chunk of cheese, and you could eat that while you're at the moon. So a couple more things I forgot to mention is that this mod does have its very own creative tabs. So if you go into creative mode, you have two different tabs, the ores of the moon and also the Galacticraft stuff. And another thing is these right here, the sensor goggles or the sensor glasses, whatever you want to name them. What you do is you place those in your armor slots right there, and it should be able to work, but since I have not enough items installed, okay, so let's try that one more time. This time I'm just gonna do it in a regular inventory. I'm just gonna place this right in my helmet and it should be able to work. Check this out, that's awesome. So this thing should be able to detect enemies in the moon and also ores. So if we would happen to open up our inventory and place down a copper ore right about here, you'll notice that the radar immediately detects something. You see that? It's on our face. You could barely see it. So if you're mining and you can't really see anything, so let's just grab some of this dirt here. Let's just say this dirt's in the way and I can't really see those ores. If you're mining, it's good to have these goggles because then you'll be able to detect where these ores are at. So I'll be mining and I'll be like, whoa, so something's over here. I'll open that up and what do you know? Some ores. So this could detect monsters and ores. So this is the goggle. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for all of your support. Hopefully you guys liked this video. It was really, you know, long. I know it's really long and probably tedious because this mod is really big and I don't know which way to approach it. You know what I mean? I was probably like all over the place with this mod, but it's really hard to approach this mod. And I'm going to install this in Minecraft daily. So we're going to be like, you know, reviewing this mod while we go along with it. So if you guys are looking for like a longer, more detailed explanation, then you could just check out my next future, you know, Minecraft daily episodes, and I'm gonna be reviewing all of this and showing Sly and showing everyone how to work with this, and we could all understand how to mess around with the Galacticraft. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for all of your support. And if you guys are interested in this mod, you guys want to know how to install this mod, well then, let's go ahead and see how to install this mod. Thank you guys for all of your likes. You guys are amazing. Trust me, you guys are the best. You guys have been giving me like 100% of your guys' support. You guys are amazing. 1,000 likes on my last mod review. You guys are amazing. That's it. I'm just saying it right now. You guys are amazing. So let's go ahead and install this mod. Alright, so let's go ahead and install this mod. We're going to install this mod for a client, and then right after we're going to install it for a server. So first off, you're going to get Minecraft Forge Universal, the one that's linked in my description. Then you're going to get Galacticraft, and then you're going to get a Minecraft server, So if you're going to be hosting this for a, you know, server, get the Minecraft server and tell your friends to install this mod for a client. So share this video to your friends if they don't know how to install the mod. All you need is Minecraft Forge, this, and get it from my description, or click on the annotation above where it says download this mod. So click there, go to my website, and there you'll get all the downloads. For the Galacticraft download page, you'll see that it'll take you to their website. Here you're going to scroll down and get the latest development build. So make sure that all of your friends get the latest development build. So click right here, and it should be able to download right here, the Galacticraft. So once you have everything, let's go ahead and install this mod. I'm going to go down here to the bottom left corner where it says start, click there, and you're going to search %app-data%. And for Windows XP users, somewhere around there you should see run, and run %app-data%, and it should take you up here to the roaming folder. Click on the roaming folder, and you should see .minecraft very top. When you go into your .minecraft folder, you're going to see bin resources saved and everything else. So go into your bin folder. What we're going to do first is we're going to install Minecraft, we're going to install Minecraft Forge. But before we install anything, guys, you have to make sure that you force update your game. So what I'm going to do is go here to options and force update my game for Minecraft and press done and log in. So I'm going to force update my game, remove all of the mods I have installed. So I would recommend you guys to do this too, to download a brand new fresh Minecraft and just get everything ready. Anyways, once Minecraft's done downloading and all that great stuff, then you could just go ahead and exit it off. And let's just exit it off right now once it's done. Just give it a second. Soon it's going to be done. And just get everything ready, your downloads all ready and all that stuff. So here we go. It is now done. Go ahead and exit off your Minecraft game. Now what you're going to do is right click your Minecraft.jar that's located in your bin folder. Open with WinRAR. Open up your Minecraft.jar with WinRAR inside your bins folder. Open that up and move it aside. The first thing you have to do, of course, before installing any mods is you have to delete meta-inf. So right click meta-inf and delete files. Say yes and delete meta-inf. Now meta-inf's gone, now we can continue. Open up Minecraft Forge Universal. Open that up and move it aside. You're going to see a meta infs folder here. Do not delete it. What you're going to do is select on any file that you like from Minecraft Forge Universal. Highlight it all by pressing Ctrl A. So highlight all the files from Minecraft Forge Universal and simply drag it all into the Minecraft.jar side. Wait a little bit, give it a second, and replace, press OK, and now you're done with the Minecraft Forge Universal and the Minecraft.jar, so exit off both the zips. So now that we have installed Minecraft Forge Universal, you're good to go. Now what we're going to do is go back to our bins folder, and you're going to go back one to your .minecraft folder with bin resources saved and everything else. So what you're going to do is make yourself a new folder in your .minecraft folder and call it core mods. Core mods. COREMODS. So core mods. Make that inside your .minecraft folder if you don't already have it. So inside this core mods folder, you're going to right click this right here, the Galacticraft, right click and copy it because we're going to be installing it for a server. If you're not, then just go ahead and simply drag it into the core mods. So what I'm going to do is just copy it and just simply paste it inside the core mods folder. And once that is set, you're good to go. So we have installed it for a client, and now let's install this for a server. I'm going to make a new folder, right click, new folder. Make sure you don't run Minecraft while you're setting up a server and all that stuff, just to, prevent some stuff. Anyways, I'm going to call this just call it Gala, whatever you want the server name to be, and simply drag over the Minecraft server.jar inside there. Inside the Gala folder, you should have yourself a Minecraft server.jar that you guys got from my description. Right click that Minecraft server.jar and open that up with WinRAR. So open up the Minecraft server.jar with WinRAR. Do not delete meta-inf from the Minecraft server jar. Do not delete meta-inf there because you could get yourself an error. What you're going to do is open up Minecraft Forge Universal and simply move it aside. Here's Minecraft Forge Universal, the same one that we used to install on our client. What you're going to do is select on any file you like and press Ctrl A to highlight all the files from Minecraft Forge Universal. And once you have highlighted all the files, simply drag it all into the Minecraft server.jar. Wait a little bit, and once you installed Minecraft Forge Universal, highlight all the class files and simply drag it all into the Minecraft server.jar and replace, just press OK, and you are done. So exit off both the zips. So now what you do is once you have installed Minecraft Forge successfully, go ahead and double click the server. Load it for the first time, and you should see a core mods folder generate. So inside that core mods folder, just give it a second. You have to check on your server to see if it's loading. Here's the server. Once it's done, put save all. Alright, so save with a dash and all at the very bottom. Put save all and then spell STOP to stop. There we go. So now the Minecraft server should be stopping. And now what you're going to do is go into this core mods folder that generated in your server folder. Go into there and simply drag over Galacticraft, the jar, straight into the core mods. And once you're done with that, relaunch the server and it should be able to load. If you got a crash, then you did something very wrong. There we go. Once this message right here loads, once you see this missing, what you have to do is make sure that you go right here to load basic concept or components, I mean. So go here to load basic components, click that, all right? Now you have to restart the server. All right, double click the server and it should be able to load it now, the basic concepts. All right, so now what we're gonna do is open up Minecraft, load, and the same message should appear. Once it appears, click load basic concepts or whatever it is. So just give it a second. Here we go. Load basic concepts or components. I mean, what the heck? What am I like? I'm totally getting it wrong. Load basic components concepts. What am I thinking? So click on load basic concept and just restart Minecraft again, and it should be able to load everything. And you should be able to join your server. Tell your friends to do the same thing. It says that you need universal electricity or industrial craft too, but you don't really need that. So anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoy this mod review and tutorial. Go here to mods and you should be able to see Galacticraft core right there. So once that shows up, then you are good to go. You should be able to have fun, go to space, do whatever you want. If you crash, then that's the mod's problems. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for all of your support. I'm kind of tired. It was a pretty long review, pretty long day today. I'm gonna go ahead and catch you guys later. Thank you.